Hello and welcome guys, it's Gugus here, and today we're going to be reviewing the games of one of our Discord viewers, one of the subscribers to the channel. He has sent us the replays on Discord. If you want to do that, there's going to be a link down in the description. The name of this player is mycollectionjay. Thank you very much for sending us those replays, and I decided to select his team because he does have a Poo Fling and he is playing at 2.6k MMR, so he's sitting quite high, and I have never actually seen Poo Fling being used in those higher MMR, so I thought that's going to be good for you to see that you can make a valuable effort using those cards. And the first team that he is facing is a double Anemone with Goda, so a very common team that people like to see videos of. So let's see how he manages to navigate this team and try to take a win in game number 1. He goes for the Cattail in round 1, a decent choice, because if his opponent is sitting on a Goda, then obviously he's going to be trying to deny energy from mycollectionjay. Now I'm just gonna call him Jay for this episode. I hope it's okay. His opponent does go for a double Nemo, double Goda, which is not the best for us, right? Because now he's sitting on 4 energy, and he also managed to deal a nice bit of damage into our plant. But the good thing is we destroy one of these Aquas, and another good thing is that our Aqua in the mid lane, which has 49 speed, is quicker than our mech. That is crucial for this team, because you can see that if he goes for the back door of Little Owl, he is attacking the Aqua rather than the mech, which birds counter, right? Now we go for the skip, which is a very good decision, because we want to save up energy, and our opponent already played 1 Goda, so he would only have 1 Goda left. Now this is an interesting decision, because we go for the turnip, double cactus, and a zigzag. Was that a mistake? I believe so. But we can still win this game using our double aggro. If he does manage to pull this game out of the bag, just remember that he did just waste 4 energy essentially on that plant, right? So imagine if he didn't waste that 4 energy and he just went straight to playing with his mech. Does go for double aggro twice, because he does have all of his cards on the mech available. Now right here, if that's not a kill, then that's a mistake, right? Because you should have played an aggro. Actually, that's a kill. Well calculated. Very well calculated. Very well played by Jay, managing to pull this game back from a very disadvantageous position and losing that plant and 4 energy on him. Let's jump into game 2 and see how he deals with different teams that are currently being played in the arena. Second team that is quite common in the arena right now is a double discard bug. Now he does play the plant at the back, which is not as good as the Aqua, but still a very decent team. Now getting the Sandal round 1, obviously insanely good, right? Because we do manage to get a kill on this front lane Aqua. I'm not sure why he didn't play a fish snack. I think you should be playing fish stack on your front lane whenever you have the opportunity to do so, because if your opponent does have damage cards, he will simply play them. Now it's a very good skip, not playing anything and missing that Cattail. Very good, not giving our opponent any cards. But the Sandal with the risky fish on top of the double twin tail is just way too much. It's just gonna flat out kill this bug. Very well played. Another good combo coming from Jay, and he's just simply gonna win this game. Like, there's nothing that his opponent can do. Going for the pokey double hotbot is going to kill this plan, but we can just keep skipping until we get all of our cards on the mech, and after that, well, there's not much that you can do. He could have went for the twin tail Poo Fling, but does that really matter? Probably not. It probably doesn't. You can just keep skipping, or you can play all of your cards at once. Double Poo Fling with the twin tail, you only deal 36 damage. Obviously that is not good, but the 52 that you deal from the twin tail will make up for that, and you also put up 200 shield. Double Nutcrack, double Jaguar, simply taking the win down. This was a card draw heavy matchup, right? Because if you get the Sandals at the start, you will kill him, but because his opponent didn't play the fish snack, and I think he should have, he does take the win, right? So even with a team like this, which really isn't expensive because the Acro mech at the back has 45 speed, it's not the best one, it doesn't have like 48 or 47 that you can get, and it does have a Poo Fling on the Aqua. Just very, very interesting. Let's jump into game number 3 and see what we can make out of this team. In game number 3, Jay is facing a double Aqua with a plant, so a very standard and a common team. This is probably the best variation of this team currently, maybe not the Goldfish, but Dual Blade does deal higher damage. And then you have a 0 cost at the back, having 57 speed with a range card, that's Blue Moon. So that's all good, except the Risky Fish. You can probably change that to a Lamb or a Piranha and you're going to be flying. Going for the Poo Fling round 2, now we're finally going to get to see this Poo Fling. Going for a Jaguar, not Acro, and then a Sirius and a Cactus on top of it. That's our opponent. We go for the Tail Turnip. If our opponent played any shield on that Axie, we wouldn't be able to take that kill. But because he doesn't, we now make it a 3v2, right? And we go for the Zigzag, we go for the Cactus. Now it is quite important that if you are playing the Zigzag front lane, you actually want it to have a little bit more speed. With the Sirius, you want 31. With a Zigzag, you want 32, 33. Especially if you're going for Herbivore, then you really want that 32, 33. Even if you're playing Cactus, it's still fine if you are playing Cactus. We do get a crit in the face for 164. That is not going to help us. Koi, Blue Moon, and Risky is closely not gonna kill us. If he did go for the Cuckoo first, then obviously he would have taken the kill. Maybe he wants to keep it alive so that we keep drawing cards to our plant. I think playing the Aqua stock, not really doing too much, so I understand why he skipped it. Now he just kind of wastes double attack up from the Risky Fish, right? But he still needs to clear that plant, so that's the only play. And moving on to round 6, he is sitting on 4 energy while we only have 2. But that shouldn't really be an issue because we do have the Twin Tail, which deals a lot of damage for a 0 cost. And we can try to brick wall right here. I think maybe playing the Twin Tails wouldn't be bad. Because you're already going for some decent damage. You're gonna break the shield, right? You're gonna use the Risky Fish, the Twin Tail, you're gonna break the shield. So you could have put up another 200 damage on his health, which would have almost been a kill. 160. Yep, it would have been. You would have left him on 29 health. But I understand the decision to wait for Acro. It makes sense to go for double Acro, double Twin Tail. That is also going to be a kill, and it's going to give you a speed advantage over your opponent. And that's how Jay navigates this team versus a double Aqua build. Double Aqua should really be winning versus this, but because he didn't play any shield on his mid lane Aqua, he did lose to the Poo Fling, which is not bad, as we can see in this example. Now, before we move over to the final game, game number 4, we will check how much this team costs. So right at the front, what we have is a Zigzag, Cat's Tail, Turnip, and Cactus front lane, which with 32 speed, we do have $430 going towards that plant. So it's not the cheapest. I was expecting it to be a little bit cheaper. You can go for the Bone Sail, and obviously you can go for the Pumpkin, and you can go for the Aqua stock if you're really looking for budget versions of that team. Turnip obviously helps you with the backdoor for the bird, but not really going to be that big of an issue if you just go for the Bone Sail for budget reasons. Now, in the mid, what we have is another Twin Tail, Poo Fling, and then we got a Sandal and a Risky Fish. Now, I don't think this actually will exist. It is priced at $1.1k, and that's probably because there's only one in existence, which has been bought for 0.03. And if you look at these Axies that are not for sale, there's only 2 of them in existence, right? So one of them is Jay's, and he has bought it, I think that was yesterday, for 0.04. So because there's only 2, he can actually sell this for much more if he does manage to make it work, which we can see that he does. Now, the mech is not the best. It's probably going to be quite cheap, but he does have a couple of weak points when it comes to this mech. The first weak point is that it doesn't have any range card, and the second is that he doesn't have 49 or 48 speed, which is the maximum amount. He does have Twin Tail, Acro, Not Crack, and then he also has Jaguar, right? Jaguar, very, very underrated. You can get that for $376 with 48 speed, so very important to get that max speed. This is not an expensive Axie, but only Twin Tail is the range card. So that's not going to be enough if you start facing Graveland teams. Jaguar, a total of 155 combined stats. Acro, obviously giving you that speed up. And then Not Cracker for the high damage mouth card. You can go for Goda, giving you a little bit more range cards as well as a utility when it comes to the team. So playing that as a combo could be really good. He bought it for 0.18 and he's selling it for 0.1. Must be desperate to sell it, but 48 speed, that could be really, really good. So let's jump into game 4 now that we know the prices of this team if you do want to purchase it for yourself. The fourth and final game of this episode is versus a very common team, and that is a plant, bird, and a mech. But this mech is 49 speed with hair, with acro, with Goda, and a 0 cost. So a very, very good mech. Now he does go for full damage round 2 with that mech. We are probably not gonna make it out alive, even though we play the Bidens. The cactus, our opponent plays a cactus. Why do I keep messing up the plants? We play the turnip, but even though we have the 80 shield, we're not gonna make it out alive. Sandal, double Twin Tail, not Jaguar, and another Twin Tail is gonna be enough to take our opponent's plants. So we trade 1 for 1, but the unfortunate thing is that we are sitting on double Poo Fling, so we don't really want to play anything. Goes for the Sandal. Little bit of a scared play, I think. Maybe he was expecting him to strike with a bird, which didn't happen. Now playing 200 shield. Not sure why you wouldn't go for the Twin Tail. If you're already playing some cards, you might as well slap him with the Twin Tail, get some damage on that mech. Because you're probably not going to survive the next round. So you could have had another, like, let's say 60, about 80 or 89 damage on this mech if you just played the Twin Tail, and that way you wouldn't have to go for double acro, you would only have to go for 1 acro and Twin Tail. So you potentially wasted 1 energy right here. Well, shouldn't be that big of an issue because our opponent is sitting 126 health and we are going first thanks to the acro. So we managed to take this game down. Very, very quick games with this team. The Poo Fling wasn't really utilized as often as it should. Maybe you can go for another tanky card rather than the Poo Fling itself. It does have some outplay potential, but even though we have seen 4 games, it only happened once. Let me know what you think of this team down in the comment section down below. 2,600 MMR for this team. I think it's a really, really good. Subscribe to the channel for daily Axie Infinity content and give a thumbs up under this video, and I will see you in the next one.